This evening on CTV News, get an in-depth look at two different campaigns running for the ASCSU presidential election. Plus, get a behind-the-scenes look at the CSU softball team and see how much money the So GLTBQ show raised over the weekend. All this coming up tonight on CTV News. Good evening and thanks for watching CTV News tonight. I'm Caitlin Conley.
And I'm Carson Bush-Jost. Kelsey McAllister is now here with us for an update regarding the 8.2 magnitude earthquake off the coast of Chile.
That's right, guys. This just happened about 2 hours ago. It's a very strong earthquake. To put it in perspective, that's about the equivalent to 6 million tons of TNT being detonated. So it's very strong, and unfortunately a tsunami was generated from this. Hawaii, California, Oregon, and Alaska are evaluating their risk, so it's still very serious, but it's still a very developing situation.
Yeah. Kelsey will be back shortly to keep us updated on the earthquake. ASCSU elections are underway. CTV reporter Stephanie Walters got an inside look at what candidates President Samantha Gwynn and Vice President Lance LaPuma have in store for CSU if they're elected.
A fresh approach and new beginnings is the stance Samantha Gwynn and Lance LaPuma are taking in this year's ASCSU elections.
What we really believe that sets us aside from other candidates is that both Sam and I are science students. I'm studying biomedical sciences, Samantha's studying microbiology. We're really here because we're not looking to put this on a poli-sci resume or to go to law school necessarily or really become like a public office kind of person. We're doing this because we've had great experiences here at CSU and we really want to continue giving those experiences to students.
The main thing that we think was really hindered this year through ASCSU was diversity. And in order to change that and better it for the students, we want to bring back the Director of Diversity office that was under the Regina and Joe administration but was taken out this past year. We think a lot of those voices have not been heard, and we want to make sure that their needs are met as well as everybody else. And so that was probably our #1 change.
Student organization funding has been a problem in the past. The pair plans to take back the $50,000 donated to Ramride and give it back to student organizations.
Ramride is actually funded through an endowment fund. It is no longer housed in ASCSU, and they have expendable income through donations. And with that being said, we think that the better allocation of money through the Ramride office to student orgs is a better sense for Ramride to operate, seeing as they are an endowment fund. And one of our big problems with how it was allocated out is how is one student org able to get $1,000 that everyone pays into this pot versus if you apply to BSOF and you have a lot more student orgs that are able to get funding for their events to put on for more students rather than just the 30 capped at Ramride.
Some of the other major platforms include test file expansion, bookstore scholarships, and wireless connection improvement, but their primary focus is giving a voice to the students.
For more information on the Gwynn campaign and their platforms, you can visit gwynandlapuma.com.
In addition to Gwynn and LaPuma, candidates Alexander Corona and Iris Hentz are also running for ASCSU President and Vice President. Their campaign is based off of a what the students want and are advocating for a for the people type of campaign. They ask that you visit their table, grab some candy, and sign the board in order to voice your opinions about ASCSU and what you would like to change. The ASCSU campaign is finally underway, and political science major Alexander Corona and political science major Iris Hentz are running for president and vice president. I was able to sit down and talk with them about their platform.
We want to see ASCSU be a little bit more visible. We're out there. We're one of the only campaigns asking what you guys want to see, the students, the people. We'd like to see what you guys have to say. We've incorporated some of the ideas into our agenda, our initiatives, our platforms. And, we've gotten a crazy response. That being said, I think that's the way to make ASCSU a little bit more visible is by, asking people what they want and then giving it to them.
The main focus of this campaign's table is their large poster board asking what the students would like to see change within ASCSU.
We're for the people, by the people kind of deal. It's, we're excited to be out there. We're excited to see your ideas put into action.
The candidates ask that you stop by and talk to them about their ideas and grab some candy from their table or pet the puppies they've been known to bring.
Not about kind of overburdening people with our information. We're there. It's us out there. We're here for you guys.
Remember that voting is from April 7th to April 9th on your RamWeb account. Make sure to view all of the other candidates and vote for your next ASCSU president and vice president.
Coming up after the break, Kelsey McAllister will be back with more information regarding the Chile earthquake and tell us just what the temperatures are going to be this week.
Plus, our sports anchor Elizabeth Prossi will give us the latest in CSU football and the Final Four, and we see just what goes on behind the scenes of the live stream softball games.
I see it!
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back. I'm Kelsey McAllister with an update on this earthquake. You can see here is the epicenter. That's the place above ground where it hit. It was only about 6 miles below ground, and with an 8.2 magnitude earthquake, that is very, very strong, just off the coast of Chile, 50 miles approximately. Now, a tsunami has been generated with this system. You can see the red and orange and yellow are the paths of where they expect it to go. So it's very strong. Tsunamis can travel up to 500 miles per hour. So it's a very dangerous and serious situation. Like I said earlier, Hawaii and the western coast of the United States are under an advisory for a tsunami watch or warning. They're still trying to determine if there is a threat. Peru, Chile, and Ecuador all are under a tsunami warning. Now let's take a look at the timeline of what we can expect for this. You can see 3 hours, 6, 12, etc. heading across the Pacific Ocean. With the tsunami traveling so quickly, it's a very serious situation, and it's reported to be about 7 feet high, so it's a pretty big tsunami. Now let's take back here. Currently in Fort Collins, we are seeing temperatures in those upper 40s with a 43-degree wind chill because of that light wind, so still a relatively pleasant and mild night here. Today's highs, we saw temperatures close to 60 in Denver, mid-50s for us, 57 in Colorado Springs, and 67 for Pueblo. The Eastern Plains, we saw really mild temperatures, pretty warm. Look at Lamar, almost 70 degrees for today, and that is pretty seasonal where we were 55. Usually we're in those upper 50s for this time of year. For tonight, we will cool down. We're going to see temperatures a little bit below freezing for us. Denver sitting right at that freezing point, 30 for Colorado Springs and 33 for Pueblo. Of course, the high country is going to be a little bit cooler. Tomorrow will be pretty similar to what we saw today. We'll see temperatures in those upper 40s, a little bit cooler, but that's because of this storm system that is moving in. So you can see at the 7-day forecast, I'm putting in a chance for rain and snow tomorrow. Caitlin, as we head into the rest of the week, really it's going to be mild, but then we have that slight chance Saturday, Sunday, Monday for that precipitation. If anything really does fall through all of these systems, it's going to be mostly rain. We could see some rain-snow mix, but it won't really stick to the roads. No really accumulation with it. Caitlin?
Thanks, Kelsey. Many people watch softball games live or on TV, but CTV reporter Elizabeth Ruiz got an inside look at all the action that happens off the diamond.
For many, the game is all they see. But for others, what they see is much more.
3, 2, 1, roll it.
One of the biggest responsibilities of CSU's Athletics Video Productions Department is to produce live games that stream online.
Check, 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 check.
Their purpose is to help the Mountain West Conference have a more digital presence.
First pitch by senior pitcher Rebecca Patton for the Broncos is a little low.
Their hope is to get the word out about CSU athletics and provide more visibility of the programs to the community.
Stand by 3, take 3.
Not only is the live stream beneficial for Fort Collins residents, but CSU students also take a lot out of the experience.
And I think it's really cool that they offer this kind of class and this kind of opportunity for us to get that hands-on experience with production.
I really like the fast pace of it. It's a lot of fun, and it's sports, so it's just really enjoyable.
Most of the stream is completely controlled by CSU students.
Light ranges from blue to red.
In fact, production manager Alana Curtis was previously a CSU student and made herself a career out of this.
You know, if I had one piece of advice for students is to just join as many, you know, hands-on type experiences and opportunities as possible.
Take 2. Maybe after that home run she doesn't want to come.
CSU student Megan Rakosi couldn't agree more.
It was a little scary, but at the same time it was really nice to just kind of have to figure out what to do, and really that was the best way to learn.
Elizabeth Ruiz, CTV News.
Without this hard-working crew behind the scenes, no live stream of the games would happen.
Elizabeth Prosty is now here. Elizabeth, what do you think about the live streaming for the games?
You know what, Carson? I think it's a great way to support our Rams without getting a sunburn. While outside the weather is beautiful, things aren't looking so great for the CSU football team. Monday, running back Donald Alexander announced his decision to transfer, citing personal issues as his reasoning. With Capri Bibbs leaving for the NFL draft, the Rams now have a large gap in their backfield. This fall, we'll find out just exactly what this means for our CSU offense. And it's finally April, with plenty of March Madness is still underway. These past few weeks we watched as the best in men's college basketball competed for a trip to North Texas. Dayton beat Stanford in the Sweet 16, but their Cinderella story came to an end after losing to Florida in the regional final, 62-52. And Wisconsin is making its third Final Four appearance since 1941 after knocking off #1 seed Arizona in a thrilling overtime win. This is head coach Bo Ryan's first trip to the Final Four with the Badgers. From 64 teams, we now have our Final Four, which are Florida, Connecticut, Wisconsin, and Kentucky. This marks the first time since 2002 that all 4 teams do not contain state in their names. Florida went 36-2 this season. Their last loss was to none other than UConn on December 2nd. Scotty Wilbekin and the rest of the Gator team will be looking to get revenge on the Huskies this weekend and earn a spot in the championship game. Saturday, we will also find out if big man Frank Kaminsky has what it takes to lead #2 seed Wisconsin all the way to the finals. There's only one #1 seed left, but 2014 has been a year of upsets. So don't count out #7 seed Connecticut and #8 seed Kentucky as these underdogs fight Saturday evening for a chance to play for the NCAA title.
So guys, I'm kind of biased. I really like the Gators. So overall, I think that Florida is going to take home the big prize. What do you guys think?
I think so as well. Connecticut and Kentucky they've had some great runs this tournament, but I ultimately think it's going to be Florida beating Wisconsin in the championship.
You know what, Carson? I'm going to have to agree with you. Frank Kaminsky, he's 7 foot, scored 28 points to beat Arizona. I think he's going to lead Wisconsin to that final game where they're going to play the Florida Gators. But Scotty Wilbekin, that Gator team, they've looked strong all season long. I have them winning the national title this year.
All right. Coming up after the break, we take an inside look at what show raised $2,000 over the weekend.
We'll be right back.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it, I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Underneath everything we are all people. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
The SO GLTBQ, also known as the Student Organization for Gay, Lesbian, Bisexual, Transgender, Queer, and Allied People, held its biannual drag show with shows at 3 and 7 on Sunday in the Laurie Student Center Theater. Tickets were free to all CSU students, and donations were encouraged throughout the show. The shows were packed with dance routines, some comedy, and surprises along the way. Audience members were allowed to throw their donations at the performers during the shows. Donations collected during the shows will go towards the Northern Colorado AIDS Project, a nonprofit organization that works to improve the lives of people with HIV and AIDS. By the end of the night, the drag show raised more than $2,000 for NCAP. The show's always a big hit on campus and has grown bigger every year.
Well, that's all the time we have this evening. Thanks so much for watching CTV News.
Remember that we'll be covering the ASCSU presidential debate tomorrow night, so be sure to watch our show live and continue checking thecollegian.com for campaign updates.
Have a great week, everyone.